So we're gonna go northeast, southwest, downtown Durango. We're gonna kind of look at the lake area up east, and then we're gonna look at the mountain area around Purgatory. It's actually 7 areas. And then we are going to break those apart by elevation, show you kind of how much snowfall they get in comparison to downtown Durango. We're gonna talk about amenities, such as the north area not really having much as far as grocery stores and things like that. Talk about the distance to things, distance to downtown, to fishing, stuff like that. Then talk about the access to trails, and then what a lot of these HOAs offer, or if you can find more properties with acreage, more properties with less HOAs that don't have HOAs. And we're gonna dive into that right now. Guys, if you have any questions specifically on these areas, on these HOAs we're talking about, don't hesitate to reach out. Shoot me a text, email, call, days, nights, weekends. We're licensed realtors here in Durango and would love to help you out. By the way, I always like to mention if there's certain areas we're talking about that really intrigue you as well, such as subdivisions or just areas in general, I'm more than happy to get the drone up in the air and give you a personalized drone tour of that area, as well as a walkthrough of any subdivisions or properties as well. Don't hesitate to reach out again. Now let's dive into the map. So you've got Albuquerque about 3.5 hours away, Flagstaff about 6, Colorado Springs 6, and as you can see where I'm pulling this from is durango.org, really good resource. Las Vegas 9 hours, Phoenix 8, Salt Lake City 7. Going back to this map, here we are kind of right in the corner of Colorado, if you weren't aware. And something to really keep in mind about this location is we don't have an interstate going through Durango. So it's a little bit harder to access. You've got slower roads, like you're taking this road, Highway 160, to get to Colorado Springs, or to get down here to Santa Fe, which is actually kind of, you could either take that road or you could come down south on Highway 550 down to Albuquerque. You're going out this way towards Cortez, and with that you're getting a lot of snow in these areas like Pagosa, where you have to go through Wolf Creek Pass, which is up near 10,000 feet. So in the winter you really want to keep that in mind, that regarding location, even if you're going towards Phoenix, you've got much higher elevation west of town, much higher elevation east of town, as well as north of town. So if you're trying to get to Telluride, Ouray, even Grand Junction, really the only way is going south regarding getting less snow. But we actually just we've got family in Albuquerque, we just went down there, and going through Cuba, it actually goes up in elevation up past 7,000 feet. Cuba is right here. And so we actually had quite a bit of snow on the road there, whereas from Aztec down to Cuba there was nothing. And that was a couple weeks ago for Christmas. So let's zoom back in and show you kind of the border of the county. Is going to be just past Bayfield, the state line between Mancos and Hesperus, and right past Purgatory Ski Resort. Right on that edge where it starts kind of winding up towards Silverton. And by the way, guys, before I jump into specific areas of the county, let me know in the comments where you guys are from, and that'll also help me create more videos in the future to kind of tailor them more towards you guys. As we are talking about, again, just the overall county, I want to pull up a map of the elevation. So as I promised earlier, I want to talk about elevation so you guys get a feel for the neighborhoods and the area of where you're going to get more snow. So let's look at this this key over here. In town is 6512 elevation. So as you can see, the blue is going to be the same or similar to in town, where it's blue or bluish green. So 67, then right when it turns green, really green, that's above 7,000 feet. So again, as you see in town, then this is called the Animas Valley right here north of town. And there's really there are some neighborhoods, but you can't access anything up here from Highway 550. There's a different way you're going to get. So there's Falls Creek Ranch over here in this corner. I'll actually pull up in their map and show you that. So that's in this area. So again, to familiarize, let's blow that up, to familiarize you with this north area real quick, and then we'll go back there later. You've got, I have the ranch here highlighted, and it's a really well-known, really cool subdivision, but this is in the Animas Valley. And guys, this is why you guys got to reach out. I actually live in the Animas Valley in this north area, so I know every square inch of this area, and so I'm more than happy to tailor kind of your search or help you with your search to exactly what you're looking for. So if you're looking for that house with views, you don't want to be in the pine trees and you want less elevation, you want a little bit less snow, or you don't want the steeper driveway and you do want to be in the pine trees, etc. And maybe you want to be closer to shopping, you want to be a certain distance from golf, etc. I'm more than happy to show you exact specific subdivisions, kind of tailor it to the search that you're looking for, and give you that personalized help. And I've also got friends, and of course have sold homes all throughout Durango, but have friends in certain subdivisions where I've asked them those specific questions. What don't you like about your neighborhood? What do you like about your neighborhood and the proximity to town? So again, don't hesitate to reach out, guys. I would love to hop on a call with you, a Zoom call kind of like this, go over specific areas and really tailor your search to exactly what you're looking for. Highway 550 going straight north from downtown Durango, but Falls Creek Ranch, you can't access that. There's a big ridge here. There's a nice little hiking trail to access this, but they have a private pond. Really cool subdivision. They're all 1 acre lots. A lot of hiking trails throughout there. But just want to highlight that green area right here. Climbs in elevation a little. And then as you go west, it climbs in elevation quite a bit. As you can see, this yellow right here, 9,000 feet. But all right in here, that's green. So you're looking at 7,000 feet range up to 8,000 in this area. And then as you're going kind of southwest a little bit, it's getting more green. And then as you're going east, you're getting up into that yellow and red zone. And this is where Vallecito Reservoir is, Lemon Reservoir, and Bayfield is out this way as well. So Bayfield is up in that 7,000 foot range. So if you're looking at, more affordable, better priced homes near Bayfield, you are getting quite a bit more snow out that way, as well as out towards Hesperus and Mancos. So when you're looking on Realtor.com or Zillow, you're seeing better home prices. Let's come out of this, show you this map. So again, and we'll start kind of zooming in. So I want to start by talking about the south area. So you can kind of tell by the topography of this map, by what it looks like on the map. This is just a lot flatter, more like New Mexico, Texas, that kind of feel, but you're also going to have some great views. So here's the airport right here. This is Highway 550 coming into town. I just showed a really cool property right off of Highway 550. It was a 37 acre lot. And you've got the Florida River running right through here. A lot of people know about the Animas River, but you've also got the Florida running through here. And so off of the highway, it dips down, and then you've got this really green area with a ridge over here. You see this brown here. It's a really nice ridge. So really pretty kind of unknown area over here. A lot of people prefer to live, where it's greener, but it's pretty cool in there as well. Down south, a few things about this south area. You're going to get less snow, but still similar to in town. And then what is awesome about it, again, is you've got the Animas River running right here. There's some awesome homes right on the river here where you can get riverfront access, or you can just get great views of the river. But it is more drier overall. You're going to see a lot more pinon trees and that kind of thing. Then you've got the airport over in this area, and the hospital right here. So just kind of a few bigger items that you have here. So if you want to be closer to the hospital, closer to the airport, you are if you're living in this area. Home prices do come down a reasonable amount in this area compared to up north, compared to maybe out east this way where it's a little bit more forested. As we're getting in this area, what I really love about this area, kind of closer to the highway, just in general, these county roads, you see 304, 303, 302, it's looking at the views over here. There's some gorgeous views, the La Plata Mountains, it's looking right at those views. And a lot of these areas right here have really good water rights. And then as we zoom in here, you've got Lake Pastoris, or Pastoris Reservoir rather. So great little lake. I was out there with my family the other day. We were on the paddleboard. I broke out my fly rod and we were fly fishing. And I love how there's some great fishing in here, but it's just really pretty as well. You've got these county roads that lead you to it. There's a really nice subdivision right here that backs up to Pastoris Reservoir, so you can access it right there, right off of 172. I'll zoom out and show you Highway 172. And then let's talk about Three Springs. This is one of the bigger subdivisions in Durango. And they've also got some, it's pretty cool because they have some shops, they have a couple restaurants, they've got really good pizza spot called Home Slice, got Taco Boy, and what's awesome about it is they back up to a bunch of biking trails. Let's actually hop over to this biking map and show you that. So here's Durango. Actually, I'll give you a quick overview first. So here's Durango right here. Here's in-town Durango. You see mostly north and west of Durango. Got a lot of trails, but then right in here, they're actually building a big trail system as well. Right in here, actually, on the mesa. And then, as you go out towards Bayfield, you've got some trails. You've got a ton of trails. But as we zoom in to where we're at, this is Three Springs. And so what's incredible is you've got these great trails for kids, or is doable and accessible for kids that are greens. And then you can get all the way into town from this trail system and all the way over to the river trail. So you could literally bike from Three Springs up all the way north of town. And then I want to highlight that if you're living in this area, yes, you don't have any trails right in here. You've got a lot of county dirt roads that are kind of this flowy, up and down dirt roads. So if you're a distance runner, I really love the trails in this area that we were just talking about, this kind of southeast area. But then you are still very close to these trails, and they're awesome. They're really great trail system. And then again, you can access all these other trails from those trails. So you're still close, within driving distance of these trails if you decide to buy out this way or out west. Let's zoom out a little bit. Southwest of town, because there's some great opportunities for homes out there, a little bit more acreage as well. Now I want to jump back to the map, talk a little bit more about that area out west. Again, I kind of hit on it earlier, but you've got the Animas River coming through this area right here. So there's going to be a lot of homes off of this area. It's going to be a lot more, again, a lot more dry, but you've got a lot of homes with great views in this area. What I like about this area is even if you're off of 550, most of it drops down. So you're not right on the road. There are some homes right on the road, but most of it drops down closer to the river. And you've got subdivisions like Trapper's Crossing up here that actually have views of Lake Nighthorse. As we get west, I again want to highlight that you get quite a bit more snow up this way. I've got clients who purchased here recently a 35-acre lot, 35-acre property in Durango Ridge Ranch. They've been getting roughly about double what in-town has been getting regarding snow. Just going back to this elevation map, they are right up in kind of this green, kind of right in here in this green to yellow area. So they're close to 8,000 feet elevation. And then as we get, let's zoom, actually I've got a better map. So another note for you guys, if you are wanting to pull up a map, I actually don't recommend Google. I recommend pulling up DuckDuckGo. And the reason why is, I'll show you, as you zoom in, you can actually see subdivision names. Let's see if it shows me now. Here we go. La Plata Vista Estates, West Fork Estates. Once you zoom in enough, it'll show you subdivision names. So here's Shenandoah. This is a really well-known subdivision. They have bigger lots, around 3 acres. And it's a lot more flat, a lot flatter lots with some great views as well. And you're still kind of in the forest. So if you don't want to be just flat, and you still want to get in the forest, again, they're going to be higher elevation. You're going to get more snow out that way, but they're still within that kind of 15-minute drive of downtown. And then as you get closer to Hesperus, you're going to get some really big lots, really big acreage properties. I just sold one. There's 10, not a huge lot, but 10 acres out near Hesperus. And what's cool about that is they don't have any covenants. They can actually hunt on their land. So you get a lot more of that, less HOAs, less covenants as you get out further west. Right here is probably one of the more affordable subdivisions in comparison to what Durango offers is Durango West. So you've got Durango West 1 and 2. What I love about this area is they've got playgrounds, they have tennis court, they have basketball court with really cool views looking over the forest. And one thing you want to be kind of cognizant of, and let me know if you guys are thinking about looking at your properties here, because a lot of these homes can be close to the road and you'll hear a little bit of traffic. So I'm more than happy to go shoot a video for you, give you an idea of if you can hear the traffic. I just did that for another client recently. You've got golf course, you've got really everything to do in town. So if you live just about anywhere in town, it's easy to bike to downtown, easy to get groceries, and it's just almost a different way of living if you live in town, because you can bike into town. Again, it's just very easy to do stuff. You can go, you got the river trail right here, right along the river, so you can hop on your bike on the river trail and get anywhere without having to bike through traffic much. You've got the golf course here. They are a public golf course. I actually have another video on the golf courses in Durango, so feel free to check that out. College Mesa area. This is kind of overlooking Durango, overlooking the golf course. You get really beautiful views in here, and again, it backs up to some great trails. As we zoom out, I want to talk about the north area, the Animas Valley. So I'm going to hop back to our elevation map. As you see, that's all blue. So we're right around the 6,700 elevation mark as you get up right in here. And what's awesome about this area is you have great golf course. You've got Dalton Ranch, their golf course. Zoom in here. Here we go. Dalton Ranch Golf Course, which is right on the river. You've got PJ's Gourmet Market. So regarding what we have for amenities in the Animas Valley, you've got PJ's Market. You've got a few restaurants. You've got Hermosa Creek Grill right here up the road. And then there's a food truck right here that stops at the Speedway, Mexican food truck. You've got more of a 4-star type restaurant at Dalton Ranch called Alche's. And that's about it. You do have some food trucks, or a food truck and some food at Durango Hot Springs. They actually just did a $10 million renovation. Really amazing hot springs. My wife just went there the other day, just kind of take a break. We go there quite a bit. Really love that. And they're still continuing to expand. They've got 2 cold plunges, bunch of different temperature tubs. They've got a big tub. They've got an area where only kids are allowed, and an area for only adults. Then they've got private tubs that you can book, and you can actually control the temperature too. And then as we zoom out, let's talk a little bit about these subdivisions. All of these subdivisions are fairly small. As you can see, these just little streets here. So on this side of the road, they are fairly small. And then as you get into County Road 203 a little bit further south, they're going to be a lot of 1-acre lots. And you've got Waterfall Village here. There's some little townhomes in here. But the price range, you're going to see million plus price range for a lot of these 1-acre lot properties. That's as of the time of filming this in January 2024, of course. Try to keep these more evergreen for you. But then as you get into Dalton Ranch, that's going to be probably, if you're looking for a subdivision that's a bigger subdivision in the Animas Valley, that's going to be your one. If you're looking for maybe a subdivision where I want a lot of road to be able to walk on, then that's going to be your subdivision as well. And that's right here. So you get an idea. Here it is right here. It's still not very big, but they've got Dalton Ranch south and north, and then they're building out subdivision right here, which is going to be Dalton Ranch West. So feel free to reach out if you're considering building. I would be more than happy to show you guys lots in there, give you more details. They are selling very quickly, I will say. And then across the street is County Road 250. I recently sold a property here. It's about 1.4 if I remember right. And it was right on Halfling Creek Trail. This trail is awesome. I'm going to hop back over here and actually show you that. So let's see. That's Stevens Creek, and here's Halfling Creek. I actually just was on Halfling Creek snowshoeing, and it was a blast. It's really gorgeous views in here. Let's see, here we go. And I can actually show you 3.9 miles, climbs from 6,600 to 9,400 feet. And here's some cool photos of it. Let's pop this open and show you. Unfortunately, there was a forest fire up here a while back, but it is recovering really well. But check out these views. They're just gorgeous. And so I love hiking this, and it's super accessible, right? See those views there? Just gorgeous. And going back to this map, so you've got Halfling Creek, you've also got Stevens Creek up the road, so 2 trails that climb up this ridge, looking over the river. And then I want to talk a little bit more about the river. There are great access points to paddleboard or tube the river, to be able to fish the river. And so feel free to reach out to me if you're curious of like, hey, I really want my house close to the river where I can access the river, and then where I can take out my paddleboard or tube or whatever, or boat, within a couple hours, or how long do I really need to be on the river before I can get out, because there's only certain takeout spots, because a lot of this is private. So just let me know if you have any questions regarding that. And then down here is Oxbow Park, and it's a great area where you can put in your boat. There's picnic benches here, great area to hang out, paddleboard. And here it's really a lazy river in this area, as you can see, even in the spring when runoff is high. And so here you could take this into town, and it's really short, or you can just mess around right here and just swim back, and it's not flowing really quickly. So I just want to hit on the Animas River Trail, and the Animas River Trail actually starts right there as well, speaking of that. And then as we go up further north, let's see. So right here is the edge. What I always like to tell clients when we hop on a call, County Road 250, kind of the edge of County Road 250 is really where it starts to climb in elevation. Oh, by the way, kind of honorable mention here, James Ranch, highly recommend checking them out. Great burgers. We actually buy our beef in bulk from them. They've got really good beef, grass-fed, grass-finished, regenerative beef, and it's discounted quite a bit when you buy it in bulk, but really worth checking them out for lunch or dinner. Got some great burgers and really gorgeous views again of the valley here. So as we come up this way, it climbs in elevation, and you start getting a lot more snow right past County Road 250 or past James Ranch. As we zoom out here, we've got Glacier, really stunning private golf club, and just stunning homes in this subdivision. If you're looking for a vacation rental, this is a really popular area, and I'm happy to get you specific numbers on what they'll rent for in Tameron. You see right here, there's Tameron, and there's this condo association right here, or these condos I should say, that look out at the views again, both directions. This direction they look out at more of the forest, and this direction they've got these gorgeous views of the Hermosa Cliffs right on the other side here. And so you've got all these different little private subdivisions in here, and I'm more than happy to get the drone up in the air, give you guys a personalized video tour of any of these subdivisions or any of these areas that might interest you. As you go up, you've got a bunch of different trails to hike from this area, tons and tons of different trails. Again, I want to specify that now we're in this north area where, reference back to this map here, where you've got a lot of, or you're at much higher elevation, I mean. So you're getting, well, we can't actually see it on this map, but as you see in this red, this is where you're getting into up north. So it's getting closer to that 10,000 feet elevation range. Zoom out further, you've got Electra Lake, which they're not open right now, unfortunately. But as we get down, let's see, right here, you've also got Haviland Lake. They're a gorgeous lake, great fishing, great ice fishing. I'm about to go out ice fishing with a buddy out there. Some great snowshoeing around these trails in here as well. And then, of course, we've got Purgatory Ski Resort right up here, right before this turn. Something else I want to mention is right in this area, there is a great hike down to this gorgeous waterfall. in the summer, and then it's a frozen waterfall. It's called Cascade Canyon, and it's only like a quarter-mile hike or less right off of this hairpin turn. You park in here, you can hike down. I've got another winter video where I talk about that, all the things to do in the winter. So feel free to check that out or shoot me a message if you have questions. And so I think that kind of shows you the north area. Now I'm going to dive into the east area real quick. Now what I love about the east area is it gets a lot more forested. It does climb in elevation again quite a bit. Right here you see we get into this green pretty quickly, and then it gets up into this yellow and red as you get up towards Vicedo. So when you see homes in that east area, be very aware you're going to get a lot more snow. And that is why recently I had some clients move from that area down south because of the snow. And so it's crazy how you can move within the same distance of downtown Durango to maybe south or west Durango, still be within the same distance of downtown and get way less snow. So a very popular subdivision is the Edgemont Subdivisions. Just right in here, you've got Edgemont Ranch, you've got Edgemont Meadows, Edgemont Highlands, all right in here. A lot of these homes are very new. They've been being built since about 2016-17 on the Edgemont Meadows subdivision. And then the other sides have been, they're in the 10 to 15 year range. And there are a few acreage lots, acre lots, but most of them are close to quarter acre or less. They are some of the few keys to know, and I have a full video on this, but a few things to know is a lot of them have trails running behind them. That's a negative to a lot of people, but you've got about 10 plus miles of trails going through these subdivisions. Right here you've got the Florida River, so you have private access to about a mile stretch of Florida River, and it's great fishing in there. My parents used to live in this subdivision, so I got to fish there personally, and it's really good fishing in certain times. So the water level does dip down near the end of the summer. And what's nice is there's a mile-long trail there that goes right along there. There's picnic benches. You can have a lunch there. It's a very popular subdivision because you kind of get that Colorado dream, if you will. Now, if you want great views, you don't get it a whole lot here. You kind of have some ridges, and so you don't quite get the view, but you're in the pine trees here. So if you want that in the pine trees feel, you're really getting that here. And you're only about 12 minutes from downtown Durango or so. Let's see. One thing to note as well is I recently sold a couple properties in here, and my clients really didn't want to be right on Florida Road. You've got, excuse me, you've got quite a few homes, a decent number of homes that are close to the road. And so again, I'm more than happy to show you guys, give you a walkthrough tour of any of these properties in here that you're looking at, for that matter, anywhere. Another really cool subdivision is Florida River Estates. They've got the river running right through, private river access, and they've got 2 ponds as well. Let's see if it'll show. No, I don't think it will. But they've got 2 ponds in there as well. And then as you get further east, it does definitely continue to climb in elevation. And again, this is why you guys got to reach out to me, because they've got several subdivisions in here where maybe they don't get water, or you've got to haul your water in, or you've got issues with access in the winter, as far as like the snow plows coming in and actually plowing. Like, does that area have an agreement set up? So you've got to reach out to me, because I'm more than happy to provide you with specific information on these subdivisions that it's really hard to look up, because I've experienced it through showings, through listing these properties, through working with sellers, and just having friends living in these subdivisions. Guys, if you're even thinking about moving to Durango, don't hesitate to give me a call, text, email, days, nights, weekends. We'd love to help you out. We're licensed realtors here in Durango and have got your back. And please leave a comment. Let me know what you guys, if you had any questions on this video, in the comments. We'll see ya.